anything. It's just another excuse to just not.
All them breasts in the middle. Damn.
Start.
Crazy. Look at this. Crazy. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy to think that I could say the words I can't even recognize 6 months ago. So this is going to be a reaction to a video I filmed a little less than a year ago in August 2024. The title of this video says 6 months ago because I didn't really start losing weight until January 2025. And right now it is early July, so 6-7 months. A little backstory. I was just in a tough situation at the time and, you know, hit rock bottom. I just gained hella weight, and not to get too deep, but I'm literally just painting the picture. Like, I'm not, you know, it's all good. We're good. This is just important because I wanted to show you like where my head was at so that we can compare and, you know, show you how I moved from it. Yo. Test. Day 1. We're going to call this episode Practicing What I Preach. As you can see right now, Crazy.
Quality is crazy. Okay. Quality's it doesn't look good at all. It's grainy. It's blurry. This is a DSLR,
Hold on.
I don't have.
This is crazy, man. This is crazy. I did watch this real quick yesterday when I found the video. Crazy. Hold on. Let me do it. I do it side by side. Hold on. Crazy. Look at this. Crazy. Like, it's crazy, man. I don't know. I don't even know how like good this is for the human brain, but crazy. This is just crazy. Cam link to make sure the quality is good, but I have something to transmit the camera to OBS so that I can press record. The other option is to not record via OBS and record it straight from my camera, but then okay, let me just explain the situation. Hold on, let me preface this a little bit. My goals at the time were a little bit different, right? Like, I was finally deciding that I wanted to do something, right? Because I was kind of just in an area of doing nothing and not knowing what to do. So I wanted to start something. I think that was really the main part. What that looked like at the time, since I wasn't comfortable with what I looked like and I just wasn't feeling good, and I was just trying to find something that aligned with what I had going on, I was like, let me just stream. Let me start streaming. I think I had a whole play to do like reaction videos, mukbangs, you know, games and all that stuff. I wanted to start something and grow something and get consistent with something, right? I don't know. I was just trying to eliminate all excuses of not doing something that could like help me grow or build. For example, I was just like, if I was gonna sit here for hours on the computer, I might as well try to just organize everything and like stream it, and you know what I mean? That was just kind of like what was common sense to me, but I was having a hard time executing it. So I wanted to stream, and I was trying to convince myself to start because that's the hardest part, right? Starting. And I was also in the middle of a UI and UX design program. If you don't know what that is, very surface level explanation. It's just, you know, designing apps like visually, the visual aspect of it. Yeah, so I started a course because I was thinking, man, I need some sort of fallback, and this kind of seems interesting. You know, at the time, I just wanted to start a course, you know, gain a skill, and I figured UI and UX was just right up my alley because it was tech related and I'm interested in art, and that was like tech and art combined, and you know, yada yada yada. We can get into that later. Point is, that's where I was. I wanted to stream real bad, and I wanted to learn about UI and UX. That was really it. At this time right here, I was at the heaviest I had ever been from this point until the end of 2024. These were like the main two priorities. It wasn't even the weight loss, because I feel like subconsciously I had already decided like it wasn't a main priority, even though I really wanted to do it. And it's crazy to think that I was in that position because I had been healthier in the past and had been in better shape. So when I had reached this point, finally looked in the mirror, whatever, I genuinely felt like I couldn't recognize myself anymore. And it wasn't me who I was seeing, you know, like I was so used to just looking not like that, you know. Maybe there wasn't a specific era or a specific face, but I just knew what I seen was something I had never seen before. And it kind of fucks with your brain. It really does. And I feel like this is really important, and I'm gonna explain later. I don't have a card efficient way of doing things, and I would rather do that instead of wait however long it would take for me to get that going. Plus, this is just the more efficient way of just record. Okay, so the point of this video is I wanted to post something. I wanted to start. And basically the whole video, we're not going to watch the whole thing, but I was basically just talking to myself and telling you, hey, you know better. And I'm just saying what you know. And most of the time, I didn't feel like this. So this was kind of like me trying to be that voice in my head that was telling me to do the right thing, right? I'm saying all this obvious stuff because there was a lot of times where I wasn't aligning my actions with what I was saying or what I believe, which is what I'm explaining here, which is my point. It's why the video is called Practice What You Preach. I was having a difficult time actually putting into action what I believe. Like, it's not even like my lifestyle and what I was doing on a day-to-day basis was reflective of what I wanted to do. It just wasn't connecting at the time. I really wanted to set some sort of just reminder that, hey, you are not doing what you believe, right? Physically, you're not living the way that your brain wants you to live. And so the video is called Practice What You Preach. Just a reminder to myself to just get it going. You know,
I have enough going on here where I could at least start. Me waiting for a new camera or for me to lose weight, to look a certain way, or anything. It's just another excuse to just not.
All them breaths in the middle. Dang, bro's exhausted from saying a sentence.
Start. The longer that I wait to start, the more meaning I'm putting into my first video, my first stream, my first anything. When the reality is there should be no expectations because this is a long journey. This is a long journey.
Okay, I love this, and I want to get into this into another video because I could just dissect this concept so much. When I say I am putting too much meaning into my first video, etc., I feel like a lot of people have this same exact mindset, which is holding them back. It's not some big grandiose moment like where the curtains are opening and everything when you just start, when you do your first video, first edit, first whatever it is. The point is you need to get that out the way because you need to be focused on what your 10th video is, right? And this is just an analogy, okay? This isn't a content creator course or nothing. It's just the point that I'm trying to make. You can connect this with whatever you have going on in your life, whether it's the gym, etc., and it's something that you have to manage. Just start. It's not that serious, okay? That's my whole thing. It's not that serious. Like, just start. Stop putting so much focus on the concept that you have to start something that's gonna change your life. Just go. Like, just go. Don't even think. Just start. It's not that serious.
The point here is to just start because, as we all know already, we just gotta start, keep uploading because shit might not pop off till the 50th video you drop, the 100th video you drop. You gotta just do it. You gotta figure it out and then execute on it. But if these standards and these expectations that you make for yourself, all it's doing is just pushing your start date further and further and further. You see, this is just like a gray area of just not doing anything. It's just an excuse. Today's day one of practicing what I starting.
Yes, sir. Day one, baby. He did it. He did it, gang. Come on. Yes, sir. He did it. Come on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Studying my UI and UX journey, making music, and streaming. These are all the three things that I'm trying to focus on. Maybe nobody ever sees this, ever. But my point in doing this is to get comfortable talking in front of the camera, to get a editing process down, to see what works for me, you know?
I know the way that I'm speaking just seems like, it seems like obvious things, surface level, but these are like what I needed to hear in my brain to counter the thoughts that were doubting me. And you know what I mean? Like, I hope you guys understand like the tone. I'm not like talking to an audience at all. I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to myself in a like lecture-y kind of way, but don't take what I'm saying as if I'm trying to talk to you guys. You know what I mean?
Whether I actually lock in a month from now or 2 months from now, instead of just waiting and bullshitting, I'm going to be much more prepared whenever that day comes as opposed to not doing anything.
A lot of mental things that basically whatever you hear me saying, the opposite was what I was thinking. Like, couldn't help it, I needed myself to tell me what to do.
I need to take the initiative. Because clearly something's not working with what I got going on. And it's like, if I'm going to have this dream, if I'm going to have this aspiration, this goal, I got to act on it. Because I'm not going to start letting time pass with the same dream. Like, I might as well realign my goals and realign my dream. But having a dream and having goals and aspirations, like you decide on it and then not working towards it and not progressing, that shit is depressing, bro. That shit is depressing. Like, just change it. Stop bullshitting. Sell your camera, sell your PC, sell your fucking ring lights, sell your mic, sell your piano, sell your monitors, etc.
Look, I don't know if anyone else has been in this position where it's like you really have decided what you want to do and you're not really doing what it takes to get there. What I said here was one of the moments where I was like, I gotta, you know what I mean? Like, that was the epiphany. Me going, hey, if you're not gonna work towards this goal, you should probably just change it to something that you can actually work towards so we can get something going. But when you're just staying in one position and you have a goal and you're not going towards it, like, you are keeping yourself there, you know? It's depressing, man. Like, there's no way that's good for your mental, you know what I mean? I just needed to break it down practically why I need to just start or why I should just switch, you know what I mean?
My point is this. I need to start practicing what I preach. I know what to do. I'm tired of saying this. Yo, if you want to do this, I can tell you exactly what to do. I could be your manager. I'm going to apply it to myself. I'm going to prove to people that it's not too late, that it's not that hard, and you really just got to take the initiative and start doing.
Huge.
I have to be the hungriest person rooting for me. I cannot have other people rooting for me more than I root for myself.
You ever have people in your life that kind of see your potential and they can see it practically like, hey, bro, if you just work hard, you could be something, you know? You're built for it, right? Man, the concept that someone can just practically see that you're capable and you can't, it's kind of crazy, right? Like, you gotta at least match that or even be above that, right? But it doesn't make sense when someone believes in you more than you believe in yourself. The only thing you can think is, damn, I could do better. Damn, I have to do better, you know? Clearly, it's a whole bunch of starting and initiative talk.
I'm going to apply it to myself. I'm going to prove to people that it's not too late.
So I wanted to say, I was mentioning being someone's manager. It was weird because like I said, I knew what to do. We always know what to do. We just, you know, have a hard time doing it or executing it. And then naturally we make excuses, right? So that we kind of have a fallback. When you finally realize that those are excuses, and you just got to think, when you finally process those are excuses isn't like the finish line. You know, you just got to figure out what to do about those excuses. Then what the hell am I talking about right now? I'm so confused. Bro, what am I talking about right now? We all know what to do with whatever goal it is. It's really practical. We just think of excuses. And like, you find yourself being stubborn about it, right? But then if someone asks you advice like, hey, what should I do? I mean, you haven't really proven yourself yet, but you have a good mindset of what you're supposed to do, right? Oh, you got to do this. You got to do this. And so I really knew what to do so much that if somebody asked me, how can I lose weight? I could like break it down to them. But it's like, I could break it down to them. I can tell them exactly what to do, how much to eat, this, that. I really knew what to do, but I wasn't doing it. My own body wasn't a reflection of what I believed, you know? That's a crazy place to be. I don't know if anyone has ever felt that way or if they have realized that that's kind of like what's going on. Yeah, it was just weird. I would never take weight loss advice from this guy, right? I'll probably take some from this guy, but here's the thing. At the end of the day, that's me. That's me. I'm like the manifested version of the guy that this guy is speaking like, you know, like this is me. This right here is me. This is me, bro. Not that hard, and you really, at the end of the day, this is me. This has always been me. I couldn't recognize it visually, but I believed what I believed. What I believed here, this guy's preaching, right? But it wasn't consistent with what I was doing. What he believes is what I believe. You know what I'm saying? And so that's my main point. That is the whole main point of what I'm trying to say here. We'll get into this deeper in another video, but the mindset that you don't believe that you are who you are when you're down bad, when you're on rock bottom, when you look in the mirror, when you're like struggling. The point is, mentally, I knew that what I seen in the mirror wasn't who I am, like deep inside. You know what I mean? So long story short, the situation that you're in doesn't define who you are, right? It sounds so cliche, but I just broke it down to you. It's not about what you see in the mirror at the time. It's about what you think is right and your constant belief in yourself, knowing that you are what you believe. Sometimes where you are, or even how you present yourself, is a reflection of who you are. I hope I'm making sense. Does this make sense? Please let me know if this is making sense. My point is, right? My point is, when this guy looked in the mirror, he didn't recognize himself because he knew that what he saw, the bad situation, wasn't him. He didn't recognize it. As long as you genuinely believe that where you are and what you see right now isn't who you are, you're on the right track. You can't identify with the bad situation that you're in. You can't identify it. It's not you. It's just like you in a situation. You know what I mean?
I'm not the tool. Stay out the mix. Stay out the mix. Which one you working?